At the time, the chair recognizes Councilman Henon, who will present a resolution honoring Barney Boyce as Grand Marshal of the 247th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Would Mr. Boyce and those accompanying him please join the councilman at the podium? And joining Councilman Henon, we have Councilman O'Neill, Councilman Squilla, and Councilman Taubenberger. I think we should applaud that.
We'll sing a song, a soldier's song, with cheering, rousing chorus, as round our blazing fires we throng the starry heavens o'er us, impatient for the coming fight. And as we wait the morning's light, here in the silence of the night, we will chant a soldier's song. Shenna finna fall, a tough wig y'all egeren, Windar slua, erun rani queen, Favoy verser, shan shir arshen shir fasta, ni agfar, fwin shir na fwin troll. Anak da heimis var Noel, Lagian orgvel kon bash no sel. Lagan isterek, for lobog na bale, Shalev konik aranavin.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. You may sit down. Thank you. So good morning. Da'ieh. It is my honor to join all of you here today with friends and family of the Irish community, and I think, we're all Irish as we approach St. Patrick's Day, to honor our Grand Marshal of the 2017 St. Patrick's Day Parade, Mr. Barney Boyce. Before beginning to read the resolution, I just want to say a few words of appreciation of the men and women who make the St. Patrick's Day Parade such a success and the ceremonies that happen. First, I'd like to thank our parade director, Michael Bradley. Michael Bradley. The parade does not happen without a great director such as we have here on the St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's Michael Bradley. And our president of our St. Patrick's Day Parade, or St. Patrick's Day Observance Committee, we all know Bill Ivers. Bill Ivers is a member of our city council community. He is at all the ceremonies. He's at all of the groups. He freely gives his time like any other board member, and he is in every single office of our city council members, making sure that the show goes right. So let's hear for our president, Bill Ivers. We have our bagpipers, Joe Tobin and Karen Boyce. I want to thank you for the lovely Irish national anthem, and our own judge Lynn, for our national anthem right here. To all our board members, past and present, and our Ring of Honors, I want to welcome you and thank you. The theme of this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade is St. Patrick, Protect and Guide Our Police Officers. And I can say, and I can think, and we can speak for each other, all of us here, all right, that we are continued grateful for all of their services that are men and women of our police department, many of whom are Irish Americans who protect us on a daily basis. So let's hear for our men and women and our theme for our parade. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize all our members of our Ring of Honor, many of which are police officers of Irish American descent, and those who serve our public, great public servants, whether they are police officers, whether they are in our Irish communities, in family court, and many, many other ways that we protect our citizens in the city of Philadelphia. So as we take our time today and over the course of the next week to honor St. Patrick and the history of the Irish, we would all do well to remember the impact that the Irish have had on the city of Philadelphia and indeed this nation. With that, it is my honor to recognize Barney Boyce as Grand Marshal of the 247th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, whereas
Barney Boyce was born and raised in Malymore, Milford County, Donegal. He came to the United States in 1957 and was drafted into the U.S. Army the following year, serving in Germany until 1960. And whereas Barney and his wife Carmel married in 1965 and settled in Upper Darby, they raised 6 children in the environment of Irish culture, with Irish music and dance receiving the highest priority in their children's activities. Barney owned and operated his own roofing company to support his family, a job he held until his retirement in 2007. And
whereas Barney and Carmel are extremely devoted members of the Irish community. They have dutifully served in a number of Irish organizations, including the longtime membership in the Donegal Association of Philadelphia as board members of the Commodore Barry Club, Barney has been a member of the Danny Brown AOH Division 80 for over 25 years. And whereas Barney and the Boyce family have been recognized for their contribution to the Irish community, being inducted into the Delaware Valley Irish Hall of Fame in 2005 and honored by the St. Patrick's Day Observance Association in the Ring of Honor in 2009. And
whereas Barney and Carmel's children and 19 grandchildren, wow, that's a soccer team with a very deep bench, carry on the tradition of Irish culture through music, dancing, and sport, a reflection of Barney and Carmel's dedication to the Irish community that spans 5 decades. And whereas, in addition to recognizing Barney's distinction as of serving as Grand Marshal for this year's parade, the Ring of Honor this year will also include Judge Conroy, Gerard Dillon, John Doherty Sr., Robert Henon, Michael Meehan, Thomas O'Donnell, and Philadelphia police officers Patrick Boyle, Robert Hurst, James Lennox, William May, Edward Miller, Edward Monahan, and Joseph Sullivan. Now, therefore,
Therefore, we point a personal privilege. That's Bobby Henon with the operator engineers, not me. And I also would like to recognize one of our Ring of Honors that we should all be proud of. Joe Sullivan, who is Chief Inspector, has just been risen to Deputy Police Commissioner. So therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Philadelphia that we hereby honor and congratulate Barney Boyce as Grand Marshal of the 247th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Resolved further that an engrossed copy of this resolution be presented to Barney Boyce, further evidencing the grateful appreciation and deep admiration of this legislative body. Congratulations.
And the chair recognizes Mr. Boyce for remarks.
All right, I'm here. Oh, you want?
I'm not the Grand Marshal. Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
members of council, thank you so much for this great honor. I'm the parade director for the Philadelphia St. Patrick's Day Parade that was started in 1771. 5 years before this great country was founded, right down the street here at Independence Hall. So it's a tremendous honor for me to represent the city of Philadelphia. And I'd like to thank our board members for all their hard work, congratulate the Ring of Honor, but I have the opportunity to introduce our Grand Marshal. And with this great national debate raging on about immigration, it's important to remember the contributions that these two fine immigrants made to our country, with 6 children who are all here today, and many of their 19 grandchildren. So I'd just like to say a few words about Barney. He came here in 1957, but right away served in our armed forces, and that's pretty admirable. All our veterans in the room, please, how about saluting our veterans with a nice round of applause. He's been involved in over 40 boards in the last 60 years. He's very involved with the Irish Center, which is right here in Philadelphia, in the Mount Airy section of Philadelphia. He's involved with the Irish Immigration Center, and I could go on and on with all the different things, but it's probably his favorite thing is the Donegal Association of Philadelphia. And one thing that we do, I've always seen Barney and Carmel together, so we're not going to honor just Barney Boyce. We're going to honor Barney and Carmel Boyce together. So ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 2017 Grand Marshal of the Philadelphia St. Patrick's Day, Mr. and Mrs. Barney and Carmel Boyce.
Well, first of all, I want to thank President Clark and Councilman Henon for sponsoring this resolution today. I am highly honoured, very grateful as an immigrant from County Donegal. Came here 60 years ago and I didn't join, I was drafted in the army by Uncle Sam. I didn't know I had an uncle here called Sam, but I found out later I did. And he had a lot of nephews. Anyway, I'm very honored to be here accepting this award today, and hopefully I'll be around for a few more years to continue on my tradition and the tradition of the culture of Ireland and Philadelphia and the surrounding areas for many years. So I thank you all.
Councilwoman Bobby Henon.